Now, welcome to another news from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. Let's get right to the news.
All right, today we're going to kind of talk about Rogue Squadron and a report about the script having so many issues being the reason why we're not getting it, possibly.
Yeah, it's kind of in limbo, isn't it? It kind of got indefinitely delayed, and then
Yeah, we'll
I don't
get
know
into
if-
all of that.
All right.
All right, so there's a report indicating that the script for Star Wars Rogue Squadron was not up to the standard that Lucasfilm was searching for, leading to the project being shelved.
Standards for movie scripts? Since
What?
when? I kid.
I know. This is coming off the heels from all of those surprising decisions coming out of Warner Brothers with their DC studios now being led by James Gunn, and all the changes that are supposedly underway there, with not making the third Wonder Woman movie written and directed by Patty Jenkins. They're not saying they're not making a third Wonder Woman movie. They're just she's not directing it anymore.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, so I think one of the reasons Rogue Squadron got delayed, or the rumor was, or report was because she was going to do Wonder Woman 3. So I'm like, oh, she's not doing that. Does that mean she's coming back to Rogue Squadron? And then
There were a lot of things going on. She was involved with Wonder Woman 3
as well, right?
She was involved with Rogue Squadron, then Cleopatra, which she's still producing, I believe.
For now, until the script comes back.
No,
joke
originally
again.
she was going to direct and produce.
I know,
and
I'm
now
just saying.
she's just attached as producer.
If this is true, it's now 2 scripts she's had rejected.
Yes. But there was a report from Jeff Snyder, who is an industry insider, indicating that Rogue Squadron faced similar story issues in pre-production that Wonder Woman 3 was facing. He was talking with The Hot Mic and indicated that she is also difficult to work with.
Curious.
Here's exactly what he said, and these are his words.
Okay, so not like a rumor that he said this. This is his actual.
This is what Jeff Snyder says. Here's the thing. I've heard some things about Patty Jenkins. I've heard she's a nightmare. I'm sorry, I hate to be the guy who's calling a woman a name. I get it. But listen, I've said it about countless male directors too. I've heard that everything that she turned in with Wonder Woman 3 was a mess. I heard that Star Wars Rogue Squadron was a mess. What do you want from me? I don't know what you want me to say. That's what I've heard. It should be noted that the script was rushed to fit a 2023 movie deadline in the case of Rogue Squadron. It could also explain some of the quality issues that were going on with that script. The Wrap indicated that Jenkins got defensive with the heads of the Warner Brothers when they had criticisms of her Wonder Woman 3 script, asking her to make adjustments. Rogue Squadron was initially announced in December 2020.
Yeah.
Yep. Jenkins herself recorded an announcement confirming her status as the director of the film because they were going for the 2023 December release. Things seemed to be fine until November 8th, 2021, when it was revealed that the movie's intended production date had been indefinitely delayed. A month later, we got the report that Jenkins stepped down from directing the Cleopatra in order to focus on Wonder Woman 3 and Rogue Squadron. However, September 15th, 2022, the film was officially pulled from Disney's theatrical release schedule with no official word on whether it's just going to get redeveloped, delayed more, or if it's still going to come out at all.
Is this a case of butter scraped over too much bread, to use a Lord of the Rings kind of pun here?
It could
that
be.
she is trying to do 3 movies at once, and 3 huge movies at once, and had suffered? Or, as was said, is she just a nightmare to work with, and this is just, it's not gelling with any of these new films? Because the first Wonder Woman movie, fantastic. I thought the end got a little too big and bloated. We had to have our huge superhero showdown. But the movie itself was great. And then 1984 was bad.
In regards to the Wonder Woman 3 project, according to Deadline, the treatment that she and Jeff Johns submitted to the studio was filled with character arc holes akin to those in Wonder Woman 1984.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. The Warner Brothers motion picture chiefs apparently had raised concerns about it before Gunn even joined the studio. The studio apparently provided some notes, but Jenkins supposedly stood her ground, defending the treatment of the character and the character arcs that she had written. When asked to give it another pass, she decided to walk. A new Wonder Woman movie with Gal Gadot appears to still be on the table, though, as the actress thanked her fans for their support and said she's looking forward to the next chapter in Diana's story. As for what it means for Star Wars, it could be possible that she's going to work hard on Rogue Squadron now that Wonder Woman 3 is no longer on the table, or if the script was really that bad, she might walk from this too, and it might just be done.
I mean, I've always thought Rogue Squadron was a bit of an odd choice.
Yeah.
I think the movie should focus on the larger stories, which isn't to say Rogue One wasn't great or that Solo isn't enjoyed by many. I think Solo's pretty decent. It's not the best film. So I don't think there's no room for solo individual movies, whatever you want to call them, the Star Wars stories. But I really think the grandiose big adventures should be saved for the films. I don't think Rogue Squadron was going to be that. I mean, after Top Gun Maverick, maybe it seems like a really good idea, but I just don't think that was going to be this huge hit that was going to kind of bring Star Wars back to the theaters and rescue it from the mediocrity of the sequels.
I always thought it was a weird choice when we've had no movies for a long time to kind of do Top Gun in space.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because that appeals to a different crowd almost than...
Yeah, I think a lot of people can get behind ships flying around in space and blowing each other up, and maybe a good character arc or two in there. But that can't be the whole story either. Well, yeah, I don't think it was going to be the whole story. Obviously, the character... I get what you're saying, but obviously the characters were going to be important. But I don't think that's what people really want out of a Star Wars movie. I think they do want that Jedi Sith stuff most of the time. Which, again, doesn't say...
The larger tales of good versus evil.
Yeah, which isn't to say, like, Rogue One or something can't be successful, but Rogue One was heavily attached to A New Hope, and Solo was heavily attached to a legacy. These movies had things that were known and recognized and loved. Doing Rogue Squadron just out of nowhere with a whole new cast of characters, I don't know. Just always was kind of confused by that one.
All right, let's move on to our next news story today. Diego Luna receives a Best Performance nomination for Andor at the Golden Globes. Now, normally this isn't such a big deal. Oh, look, some actors nominated for something. We're very accustomed to Star Wars getting nominees all over the board. But this is actually historic. He is the second actor from Star Wars to ever be nominated in the Golden Globes. Those are very elite. The only other actor to get nominated for a Golden Globe from Star Wars was a supporting actor from A New Hope, Mr. Sir Alec Guinness. Mr. Sir.
Mr. Sir.
Yes.
If anybody deserves to be called Mr. Sir, it is Alec Guinness.
Meaning that Diego Luna is actually the first Star Wars actor to be nominated as a lead. He is against some heavy hitters in this category, including Jeff Bridges, Kevin Costner, Bob Odenkirk, and Adam Scott. So, there's some big names going against him in the TV drama lead department.
Probably not going to win, but the nomination is what's, I think, awesome here.
Right. And it's something to be, to have him amongst those names is a feat. I mean, those are some big shoes.
Well, I think the problem is, like, Star Wars, you don't think, like, awards other than, like, special effects and, that kind of stuff, or soundtrack or that sort of thing.
Sound mixing, sound editing.
That stuff.
Special effects.
You don't tend to see it for, best actor or best screenplay or whatever it might be.
Yeah, I mean, this ceremony is going to be on January 10th, so we'll find out then to see maybe he pulled it out. Who knows? It's going to be the 80th incarnation of the Golden Globes. I mean, the Critic Choice Awards have already nominated Luna for Best Actor and the show for Best Drama Series. Other candidates to recognize various sections of Andor include the Writers Guild of America, the Screen Actors Guild, potentially even the Directors Guild of America. Those nominations are all going to be coming the day after the Golden Globes. We'll see. I'm excited to see how much recognition the show is going to get in the award seasons.
I'm just happy to see it nominated. I don't know what hope it has to win, but
Book of Boba Fett didn't get nominated for any of these hard-hitting categories.
I wonder why.
I don't know. All right, on to the sad little section this week of New This Week on Star Wars. There's, no Star Wars, so...
New this week. There's nothing new this week.
Yeah. Wednesday, we've got, for comics, Star Wars Bounty Hunters 29, where they're still doing that whole Hidden Empire thing, and The Mandalorian adaptation, number 6.
That's been disappointing. I was hoping for...
More
than just the episodes just literally rehashed.
Retold.
Yeah.
We also have Willow episode 4. I'm praying it gets better because we've been reviewing it and
You've been
angry.
Sad and angry. You've been sad. You get angry in the review, but during the watching and right after, there's the sadness of why.
The magic of my childhood just slips away.
Yeah. You're not the first one to say something like that about modern entertainment.
And then on Friday, Avatar Way of the Water will be coming out, which first reviews and stuff are all out there. I am really excited. I've heard good things.
We are seeing it in IMAX.
Yes, we are. We're seeing it.
So we'll give a review of that, I'm sure.
We will. Hopefully it's good and we can tell you all the same.
Yes, hopefully you're not sad and depressed again after another.
Then I'm not going to tell you it is.
All right. Well, that is all we got for you this time. So do take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of any and all of today's news. And let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.